Yes, guys, and welcome back to yet another pre-match pump-up, the first one of the year. Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV, where Tottenham will hopefully put the St. Mary's disappointment behind them and kick off 2022 in style as we beat Watford today on New Year's Day. First of all, a big Happy New Year's to everybody out there. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves last night. Kick back and relax with a roast dinner and 3 points today against Watford. That is what it's all about. Of course, you know, we're coming up against Moose as a slow coach. Hopefully that guy still can't hit a barn door with a bulldozer. That'll be absolutely lovely. Apart from that, Dennis is probably their only threat. Of course, we are away at Vicarage Road. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. Here's the hit list you need for the game. Referee is Rob Jones and VAR is Craig Pawson, especially after the robbery that happened down at St. Mary's. I mean, honestly, the referee may as well be running around in a balaclava, same as the guy in the VAR room, because it was just getting to the ridiculous. I mean, Kane was offside, but then Phil Foden was onside the next day. How does that one work? And this is why I'm convinced the whole Premier League is against Tottenham at times. I mean, no one can convince me otherwise anymore. Tottenham, we are seventh in the Premier League, played 17, won 9, drawn 3, and lost 5, sitting on 30 points. We're sitting in seventh as we speak, and we do need to win today. 3 points is absolutely crucial with some of the fixtures we have coming up in January. Of course, we've got the double header against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. And then, of course, we have Chelsea in the league and then City as well. So it's an Arsenal. So it's a tough month. It's a very, very tough month. And we need to kick it off today with 3 points. But if we do win today, a big congratulations to Hugo Lloris, because it will be 180 wins for him in the Premier League in a Spurs jersey. Since a 4-1 win at Vicarage Road on New Year's Day in 2017, Tottenham Hotspur are winless in their last 3 visits at the stadium. We also lost on New Year's Day in 2020 and 1-0 loss to Southampton, ending a 6-game winning run at the time. Antonio Conte, believe it or not, is the first manager to remain unbeaten in his first 7 Premier League fixtures. Of course, hoping to make it 8 today, winning 4 and drawing 3. He is also unbeaten in 5 Premier League matches against fellow Italian managers, winning 4 and drawing 1, including 2 3-0 wins against Claudio Ranieri, who was in the dugout today. Spurs have only won 6 of their past 22 away league matches, including 1 of their last 6. So that does have to change. We change our away form. Our home form is pretty good. I mean, imagine what we could do. So let's get that one sorted out today. In Premier League history, no player has scored more goals on New Year's Day than Harry Class A Kane with 5. He also has 3 assists in their matches as well. And look, he's back. He is back. Many people doubted him. Many people were doubting me for backing him. But, I mean, the guy's world class. I mean, he knows where the goal is. I said it all along. You provide him the chances, he will score goals, and it's that simple. But another player, Son Heung-min, I know people have had their thoughts on him over the last few games. Maybe his first touch seems a bit off, but he is still in the goals. 5 goals in his last 6 Premier League starts versus Watford. So I would be putting your money on Kane and Son to potentially score today, both of them. Watford, they are sitting in 17th in the Premier League, played 17, won 4, drawn 1, and lost 12, and only collecting 13 points. In their last 5, they've lost all 5. I mean, so, look, they did have good victories. I think they spanked United 4-1, bet Everton comfortably enough as well. I mean, surprise results when Ranieri first came in, but they're slipping again. Their defense is weak, and they have a lot of players out today. So we definitely need to... Definitely do need to, turn up there today with the right attitude and get out there with the 3 points. Watford have only won 2 of their last 9 home matches in the Premier League this season, conceding 21 goals in 6 games in front of their own fans. I mean, so if that doesn't tell you they deserve to be slapped again today, I mean, what does? 21 goals conceded. The floodgates surely should open up for Tottenham Hotspur today. And I do believe one of these teams are going to be at the end of an absolute spanking by us. It will happen. It's just a matter of time. But today could be the day. Watford are the only side yet to keep a Premier League clean sheet this season and are on a club record run of 27 successive matches without one. So get your money on Tottenham to score today. It's definitely happening. Both teams to score, wouldn't put your money on because Watford ain't scoring. Although they do have Emmanuel Dennis, who has scored 6 goals and provided 4 assists in his last 8 Premier League appearances, and I believe he has 8 goals in total with 5 assists. Probably their only danger, to be honest with you. And Watford head coach Ranieri has lost each of his last 4 Premier League meetings against fellow Italian managers. So that's absolutely brilliant for us. He doesn't have a good record against his own. Players out for Tottenham, of course, it is Romero with a hamstring injury, but he is back in training. The goal is back, and I can't wait to see him get back into this team. Our defense is doing pretty all right. Some mistakes here and there, but imagine what will happen when this guy is back. Some of them mistakes probably be eradicated altogether. Of course, we are missing Ryan Sessegnon with a hamstring injury, Stephen Bergwijn with a calf injury, and Lo Celso also with a calf injury. You might see them on the bench, but definitely be ruled out to starting. Watford, a player we all spoke about when we played them earlier on in the season and bet them, Ismaila Lassar. He is out with a knee injury. Ben Foster is out with a groin injury. Peter Thibault is out with a quad. Nicholas Nkulu is out with a hamstring. Kwadwo Ba is out with an ankle injury. Danny Rose is out with a knee injury. Kiko Femenia is out with a knock. He came off the right back. He came off in their last game, so he's a bit touch and go. And then Christian Kabasele is also out for them. But look, we're Tottenham Hotspur. Anyone that's not rocking up here today expecting the 3 points, you should be ashamed of yourselves, because we should be rocking up here expecting it. At the end of the day, it is only little old Watford. At the end of the day, there's no reason why we shouldn't be expecting 3 points from here and kicking on then in the new year. And of course, it's the start of the January transfer window as well. So, I'm sure a lot of people have signings in mind, positions in mind where they want to strengthen. So do let us know as well. Everybody, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button if you are new. Honestly, so close to 100K. I can almost feel it for the boys, and they are absolutely dying to get there. I was going to say gagging, but probably the wrong word. But they're absolutely dying to get to the 100K. They're on 99,700 odd subscribers. Guys, all we need is 300. There's definitely people out there. Let's get the job done today. We've got the pre-match pump up. You've got the watch along, and you've also got the pre-match or post-match fan show. So surely over the course of the 6-7 hours that this channel is going to be live today, we can get the 300 subs, and let's get that plaque, that 100K plaque, into the studio. And everybody's a part of it. The 2 boys, of course, are the spearhead of it. But you guys out there, the followers, everyone else that comes on and contributes, everybody in the background that you don't see, the guys that put all the streams together, run the technical side of the operation. It's for everybody. So, guys, let's get it done. You have a grandma who probably doesn't have a YouTube account. Set one up. Smash that subscribe button. You probably have a dog in the house that doesn't have one. Again, set one up. Grab his paw. Smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 100K now. That's what I'm saying. But look, like I said, it's only Watford. They got Moussa Sissoko coach. And whoever else to have. They're absolutely crap. The keeper that played the last game that I was watching, he was absolutely useless. So let's test that fucker today. Let's put goals in. Harry Kane is back. Son's still scoring goals. Life is good right now, and it's a new year. Look, I know a lot of people are absolutely hanging out the back end of their arse today, hungover, whatever else. I expect it. It's New Year's Day. But guys, I'm probably a little bit the same today. So if you do want to come on and help me get through this show today, the link is up in the community section. Simply click on it. Come on and have your say ahead of the game. We will also be bringing you guys the starting lineups in the next 20 minutes. They will be out, so we'll be bringing you them as well. And to get us all the way to the starting lineups, we also have in waiting is the man, Levy's son, Sean Butler. Let's get him on. Absolute riot when this guy is on. Charlie, my man, supposed to be doing the watch along, but here you are on the pre-match pump up. How you keeping, brother?
Fortunately, yeah, disappointed. So disappointed. I was really looking forward to being in the studio with Brian Daigle and Phil Lattis today. Ben was supposed to be doing the show with me originally. He had to back out because of I think his partner got come down with COVID and he's isolating. And unfortunately, 24 hours later, I had the same news. My mum has been spending some time with me over Christmas, and she's in bed sick. So I've had to also take some tests. My mum's COVID and I'm not. I'm fine. I feel fine, but can't put anyone at risk. So I'm having to do it from the usual stance of my bedroom, and I'm happy to be here. Disappointed I can't be in the studio, but as pumped up as ever. Good to be with you, Dave. How you doing, man?
No, look, I'm absolutely buzzing, my man. I mean, I love Christmas. I love New Year. Tottenham are back. Harry Kane is back. Conte is the man in charge. I mean, there's talks about Daniel Levy opening the purse strings in January. So, I mean, why can't I have a smile on my face? But look, this is the hour, Sean, where, I mean, delusion just goes into overdrive. It's a non-stop express train right through London, right through every ground in the Premier League. You know, this is what this is about. Everyone, get your armbands on, get the crash helmets on, because let's take it away. Shawnee, Conte, he did spring changes in the last game against Southampton. I've already said about the fixtures we have coming up after today's game. Do you see Conte doing more rotation?
To a degree, I hope not, mate. To a degree, I hope that there's a little bit of stability today. I think it's the first of 5 massive massive London games for us in January. This is obviously arguably the easiest. We need to get off and running with our away form. We've got some major challenges in for the rest of the month. So for me, I think today is not a time to experiment. There's a time for experimentation, and today's probably not the best time. We need to go and hit the ground running here. I think Watford are going to set up pretty tight. They're going to try and do what Southampton did pretty successfully against us, which is, defend, park the bus a little bit and see what happens. I think that today's not the time to rotate too much. I would like to see that the back 5 pretty settled. Regular on the left. I'd like to see Romero on the right, and then the normal 3 of Sanchez, Dyer, and Davies. But there's space for some changes up front. I don't particularly want us to go to the 3-5-2, Dave. I didn't think it worked very well against Southampton. I don't think it needs to be employed today. Watford have got a horrendous run of results, and the way that Tottenham always, I think, play better is when we can draw people on and then pounce and pivot and go on the attack. If the defense shut up shop and sit back, then it's a more of a tough and challenging exercise for Tottenham. And I think the best way to invite that kind of play is to actually allow them a little bit more of the ball. And playing the 5 across the midfield doesn't offer that. So I'd rather take a little bit more risk, not to the point where we're going to be a victim of it, but I would like us to play the 3-4-3. I know it's not Conte's favourite position, but I think for me it works the way that Tottenham can play. Until we can bring in reinforcements over the next 3 or 4 weeks, then I feel like that's the best formation for today's game. Need to get 3 points.
No, look, and I hold that formation in your head because I do want to ask you something else on that. Kenneth, Tottenham Hotspur says, up the Spurs, big up, Kenneth. Come on, you Spurs. Let's smash the Hornets, honestly. Or they nicknamed themselves the Golden Boys recently. I mean, that's probably a bit of an, I mean, I know we're deluded, but that's taking it to a new level. Maybe I need to get down there and see what they're on. Who knows? But they're definitely not Golden Boys. They are the Hornets, and we're heading into the nest today, and we're taking out the queen of the Hornets nest, and we're taking it over. That's for sure. But big up, Kenneth. Everybody else like Kenneth. Get your super chats in, guys. Great way to support the channel, and also always lead to great talking points as well. But Sean, back to the 3-4-3. If we do go to 3-4-3 today, it means Conte has a bit of a selection headache in midfield. Does he roll out Skip and Højbjerg? Is that harsh on Winks? Because, look, for me, I went back and rewatched the game, and overall, he was probably one of the better players on the pitch. So who starts in midfield today if we do play the 2 in midfield out of the 3?
I think I really want to see more out of... I'd like to see a Skippy and a Winks formation. I think that Højbjerg, his form has dipped. Right? No, I've spoken about this before with you, Dave, so I don't want to regurgitate old information, but we all love Højbjerg. There's no disrespect to the man. He's a class player, a massively important member of our team, and I think everybody agrees that everyone loves him. However, I feel like he's been overplayed, a little bit overworked. He's probably exhausted. Give the guy a break for today, or at least for the first 60 minutes. Let's see what Winks and Skippy can do. I feel like this is, a lot of people are saying, well, if you play Winks and Skippy, then you don't have enough protection of the back three. But I actually feel like that is something that can actually allow us to create opportunities. Because if you are too defensive, if you are too stubborn at the back, then Watford are going to set up and they're not going to try very much. And it's going to be a dull, frustrating game, just like it was second half against Southampton. And we're going to be trying to pepper their back 4 or 5, and it's going to be a struggle. If you do go to the 3-4-3 and you only pick one of Skippy or Højbjerg and play him alongside Winks, I feel like that's going to allow a little bit more enthusiasm for Watford to move forward a little bit, and hopefully then we're better than them man for man, and we can then grab the ball back when they do play it forward, and we can pivot, pass it forward, and then Mora and Sonny can activate the spaces that will be left behind. I think we need to play a little bit of 4D chess here. I think we need to take a little bit of risk on against a team that are not going to want to try very much naturally. They're going to be delighted with a point today, but we need 3 points. And if Southampton showed me anything, it was that going down to 10 men took away their option to move forward. They sat back, and we didn't have enough going forward, creativity-wise, to be able to make the difference. Even though I know there was goals that were disallowed and they should have been allowed, but the fact is that at 80 minutes, at 75 minutes, at 90 minutes, we were still 1-1, and we didn't have a goal, and we couldn't find it, right? I know that the goal should have counted, but they weren't, and the scoreline was what it was, and we didn't have enough going forward. Against Watford, I can see the same thing happening unless we can make things happen early. And for me, the best way to make that happen is to take a little bit of risk sometimes, and that would be playing a formation of Skippy and Winks in the midfield, and then see how those two work, because I think that that's going to be an interesting formation going forward until we can find some replacements in the January window.
Yeah, no, spot on. And look, with Skippy in the team, I think we have a 67% win percentage. So, I mean, it kind of adds up to what Skip does offer, that all action, all energy midfield. And look, I think it is a game today where you could probably rest Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Look, he needs a rest. Give him a rest, especially with some of the fixtures coming up. I mean, Skip was rested last week. Rest Højbjerg this week. Put Winks in. Because although we didn't really create any clear-cut chances, I think we had 20 chances, 20 shots against Southampton, 15 after their man got sent off. Winks was still at least trying to play them passes, at least trying to tread the ball through the eye of a needle. So for me, I definitely think it makes sense, Sean. And like you said, take the risk. Get Lucas Kane's son up. Put Winks in midfield there. And give Skip the game, and just give Højbjerg a rest for a game. He definitely needs it. Absolutely spot on. But everybody out there watching, let us know what you would do. Do you want to put Skip in alongside Winks? Do you want Skip and Højbjerg, or would you simply change to a 3-5-2? Do let us know in the chat here. So please do. And as far as I'm aware, Man City, it is 1-1 in the Man City game. Man City have equalised.
Just seeing that in the chat.
Arsenal got a red card. So what I will say to all the Gooners out there, eat my shit. I'm absolutely delighted for you. Absolutely delighted. Come on, City, let's pump them.
Happy New Year, dude. Happy New Year.
No, not to Arsenal fans. Only to Spurs fans. In fact, not to any other fans around the Premier League, because they all hate us. So I hope they all have a shit New Year, lad. And we have a great New Year. That's what it's all about. Us Spurs fans here. This is a Spurs corner only. No other fans are welcome.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Well, on the pre-match pump-up anyway. They might be welcome on other shows that the boys do, but not on the pre-match pump-up. It's Spurs fans only. Shawnee, I do want to touch on a few quotes, though, because as soon as it is New Year and look, the transfer window is open and stuff like that, I think it'd be a tad rude not to give some of the fans what they want, talking about the transfer window. Yeah. But Conte was asked in his press conference about the top 4. He said, I don't know which who is the favourite. For sure, on paper, there are very strong teams with good squads, important squads. City, United, Chelsea, and Liverpool. I think these are top 4 teams that have to fail for us to find a place in the Champions League. You have to be very, very good, because there's also Arsenal, West Ham, Leicester, and Everton. Many, many good teams. You have to hope that the others fail and you're good and perform over 200%. Is he revealing here, Sean, that he doesn't believe we can get top 4 with this current squad and that we need to dip into the market this January? And is this him maybe trying to force the hand of the board?
Yeah, I think he's just playing, like journalistic politics. I think everyone, if there's ever a man, like, it goes without saying that there's 3 teams that are competing for the highest kind of echelons of the results or the opportunities this year, although 2 of them are struggling more than the others. And then you've got 3 or 4 teams that are not. So if a manager came out who spoke with, confidence that we could do it, but it would be considered arrogance, I think, or narcissism by some that Tottenham aren't ready, but he's saying it in a certain way. And as much as you'd hope that he would say things that are more positive, I think he's just playing kind of journalistic politics. I think he's just saying what he has to say to temper expectations. I think every manager would rather under promise and over deliver. Every person in life would rather do that, right? And I think he's a master, even though he doesn't speak English fluently, he's still a master of the press coverage, the way he says things without saying things, the way he drops hints and makes things known. I'm not worried at all as Daniel Levy's son. I know, having spoken to my dad, a couple of times over Christmas, that I know that this January is going to be the best window, and Daniel Levy's under no illusions that things have to happen, right? And so I think he's dropping a hint, but the hint I think was already made a long time ago. I think Daniel Levy picked up that giant cinder block of a hint that was dropped when the Man United game happened and the Tottenham fans were booing and singing for his name, singing for his head, essentially. So I think that Daniel Levy is a sensitive fella, and I think he knows that signing Conte was a step in the right direction, but funding Conte is another step forward that has to happen. Otherwise, the last thing Daniel Levy would ever want is for Conte to have an excuse to walk away. Yeah. And that would be like game over for Daniel Levy. And so I think that January is going to be a fantastic window. So I think to answer your question shortly, because I've been rambling, I think he that's what I do. I think he's playing politics with the press, but ultimately the need for signings has already been made clear.
Do you know, I fully understand what you're saying about playing the press. For me, though, do you know, I'd love him just to go in and be arrogant one day. I'd absolutely love it. I mean,
delusional. Of course, we're going to come second. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what he needs. He needs one of my delusional pills. That's what he needs for sure. I mean, just walk in there doing the McGregor strut into the press conference. Sit down. This is how it's going to go. I'd absolutely love it. But Sean, two pieces of business I do think, and I said this the other night. Look, Harry Kane, Hugo Lloris, apparently both in talks for new contracts. I mean, look, I'm not going to say this has happened, but I wouldn't be surprised to see on deadline day that that's your 2 signings: Harry Kane to a new contract, Hugo Lloris to a new contract.
Yeah, that's not enough.
I hope we do get in 1 or 2 players over this January window. But do you think it's very important that we do tie Hugo and Kane down to new contracts? I know, look, in Hugo's case, Nice is coming in from, I mean, the club that kind of gave him his break that he all started from, that led him to the Premier League, and he loves that club too. Do you think there is a case that maybe we could end up losing out on one of them not signing a new contract?
Well, you're not going to lose out on Harry Kane. Harry Kane's still got 2.5 or 3.5, I'm not sure, but a long enough period left. So you can delay that decision until June. Of course, Hugo Lloris needs to be taken care of, or at least given the opportunity to. And I think he's respectable enough as a professional to have a frank conversation. If he wants to sign and go back home, so be it. But we'd rather know that before the decision's made, so that we can go and sign someone like Pope or Henderson in his place before any decisions have been made public with regards to Hugo Lloris. It'd be great to sign Hugo Lloris, give him another couple of years. The guy deserves it. Give him his testimonial. He's been an absolute champion and a legend that will live forever for Tottenham. But I think there's another contract that needs to be recognised that no one's really talking about, and we spoke about it briefly a little while ago, Dave. I think that Oliver Skipp is someone that needs to be recognised. He's not an urgent signing, but I think from what I've seen, he's only on 16,000 quid a week, right? And he's a future, absolutely. Not only is he a future captain of Tottenham, he's a future captain of England, and when you compare what he's contributed versus people like Ndombele, I know they're two extremes, but even what he's contributed versus someone like, I don't know, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, right? They should at least be on comparable, or if not comparable, then not dissimilar contracts. But Oliver Skipp is the only people in the Tottenham first team that have got kind of comparable contracts to him are Dane Scarlett, and even like Sessegnon's on 3 or 4 times or 3 times what he's on. So it doesn't make sense to me. I think that needs to be repaid, respected, and there needs to be a little bit of decency put forward there. But if we come to February the 1st, Dave, and the only news we've had is we've signed 3 players that already exist for the club on new contracts, then that will be a super disappointing January window. And Daniel Levy will have. I won't be defending him much more after that if that's the case, and I'm probably at the far end of the, of the Levy spectrum. So
you can't do that to Daniel, to your father, Sean. He'll take your allowance away from you each week, my man. Absolutely love it. I am just watching a video here of the team arriving. You have Conte walking in with the hitman behind him. They do look like they're ready to enter a mafia meeting. But Sean, I hope you don't mind this, but if you could take the pre-match pump up for 5 minutes, just I've seen Harry Kane walking in. His hair is way too good not to have a personal 5 minutes to myself looking at that, to be honest with you. I mean, honestly, it's hat-trick sort of quality today.
Well, listen, if you want to get 11-1, if you want to make some money out of it based on your haircut knowledge, you can get 11-1 right now. And I have got a few other juicy bets that we can talk about. If you want to have your 5-minute break, I can go and go through some...
honestly, it's so sexy. I mean, the way he has it, he has a perfect little line going along here. He has a nice little comb over. It's a bit of a different. It's a bit edgy today. There's different waves and different heights and volume to it, my man. Nice. So I mean, that's definitely hat trick worthy. And a notable mention to Harry Weeks as well. To be fair, he's got a good Barnet on him today. It looks like he's got a starting Barnet, so he could well be starting today. Trust me, it looks good. He's looking fresh. So look, let's see what happens. I mean, the Harry Kane's barber will probably text me in a couple of minutes, Dave. 4 goals today, maybe 5. It's that good. I've done a good job today. But look, Shawnee, honestly, it's amazing. It is amazing. We are 2 minutes out from the starting lineup, guys. I will be bringing them. Look, I am actually going to make the Harry Kane hair prediction. Let's bring it back for the new year. Let's do it in style. I'm going to say Harry Kane to score 2. I think it's a hat-trick, but you never know with VAR these days. They have it taking away his goals because they want little Mo Salah Trolldoll to be top scorer this season. They don't want to be handing it to Harry Kane yet again. But look, I will say Harry Kane for a brace today, maybe a hat-trick, but I do need to find out where Harry gets his, whether it's hairspray or hair gel, because there's a good gleam off it too. But Shawnee, look, for 1 minute, give us what bets you have, because the starting lineups will be out in a minute. So tell people.
I've got 2 monster bets, right? So for me, just for what it's worth, Harry Kane to score 2 or more, you can get 11-4, right? So you put 40 quid on, you get your 40 quid back and 110 quid in your pocket. A nice little January the 1st money earner for you if you fancy him to score 2 or more. If you do want him to score a hat trick, he is actually dropped in. He was 11-1. He's now 10-1, which means that Dave's prediction.
They've seen his hair. They've seen his hair.
They've seen his hair. We're going out live to 500-600 people. A lot of people are trying to get hold of some decent value in these bets. I want to call out a couple of crazy bets that are a little bit outside. So, if you want to get 125-1 on your money, this is obviously a little bit more kind of insane in the betting system. You have Dennis and Son both to have one or more shots on target in each half, plus 2 corners or more in each half. Then you can get 125-1 on Dennis and Son both to have a shot on goal in each half, 2 corners plus each half. Massive odds there, and that would require the game to be quite exciting. And but I feel like if Tottenham do go the 4-3-3 and they only play one of those, or the 3-4-3, sorry.
I'll have to interrupt you, Shawnee. Breaking news here. Spot on time. You get this quicker here than anywhere else. It is the starting lineup. Let's have it. So Hugo Lloris is in goals and captains aside, where we have Emerson Royal, right wing back, Reguilon, left wing back, with the centre back three of Sanchez, Dyer, and Davies. So no changes across the back. We have Højbjerg and Skip in midfield, so no Harry Winks. Wow. And we have Lucas, Son, and Kane up top. And I know people will be screaming, Dave, tell us the bench. We need to know who's in the dugout, like you always do. So I'll deliver on that too. Just delivering here today, honestly. You may as well call me whatever that delivery service is, DLS or whatever it is called. Galini is on the bench. Tanganga, Doherty, Roden, Winks, Dele, Lo Celso, Ndombele, and Brian Hill all on the bench today. But look, Sean, I suppose the only talking point really would be Harry Winks unlucky to miss out, do you think?
He's not. I think he's unlucky. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people, most people fancied him to have played really well against Southampton. And, you know, I at the time, I didn't think he played I didn't think he played as well as everyone else said. I didn't think he deserved the I'm hearing lots of people in the background of this. Can you? I don't know if everyone can hear that, but I'm hearing.
I think I muted them. I think I put them on mute. It doesn't matter. Keep carrying on, Sean. You know, we've got to be professional. Carry on.
Yeah. Try my best. So I feel like Skippy. I feel like if Højbjerg is out, Højbjerg's in, then the only I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about those two playing together. I just would like to see Højbjerg have a break. I feel like he, you know, of the three of them, you know, of the three of late, I think that Højbjerg's played. He's underperformed versus the other two, but that's in all likelihood because he's been overworked. Give the guy a break. Let's see what Winks and Skippy can do together. As I said at the start, I feel like by playing those two rather than Højbjerg, you might even be able to draw Watford on a little bit more, and that will allow us to pivot and break down. I'm not worried about the Watford attack. I'm not even worried if they have a little bit more possession. I think that Dennis and King up front are their only two real threats, and I think that Dyer, Sanchez, and Davies have got enough inside of them to keep them in the pocket. So I'm not worried about them as an attacking threat, but I would like to see them have more confidence to come forward so that when we break them down, we can pivot and break faster. The one thing I don't want to see is for Watford to sit back for 90 minutes and try and, you know, do a smash and grab. And I feel like it would have been easier to have affected that strategy from my perspective had Højbjerg been swapped out for a Winks and Skippy front midfield too. But I don't mind. The team looks fairly standard. Everything else looks fine to me. Still think they're going to win. Just would rather have seen Højbjerg out and Winks in.
Look, Pierre-Emile Brickhouse, he'll prove people wrong. I'm telling you. You know, he will prove people wrong. Just stick by the Viking. But look, you know, I will bring in a Watford lineup today just purely because I'm in a good mood and I'm feeling sound. Backman is in goals. Absolutely shit goalkeeper. Test the living crap out of him. Ikong is back. Oh, that's the new YouTube star of Watford, Mr. Ikong. He's in there. You have Lauza. Hopefully he's lazy. We have Josh King. Hopefully he turns into the Prince. We have Messina. Sema. Can't catch a cart. Can't catch a cold. Craig Cathcart. He's in there. Musa's a slow coach. Siralta and Kuka. I mean, they sound like something you should be searching for on a porn site, so I wouldn't be paying too much attention to them. And then you have Dennis up top, Dennis the Menace. He really is Dennis the Menace, this guy, to be fair, because he's got 8 goals, 5 assists. He is a player we do need to watch out for. But look, Shawnee, before we do let you go, my man, I mean, let's start this new year right. Maybe you might join me in a little song of We Love You, Tottenham, We Do. So I'll kick it off. Feel free to join in because we do need to start it right. We need to get people to love this club again. So let's start it. We love you, Tottenham. We do. We love you, Tottenham. We do. We love you, Tottenham. We do. Oh, Tottenham, we love you.
We love you.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, just get everybody
That's the
in
most embarrassing thing I've done this year.
and look, it's only started. I'll see what more I can get you to do between now and the next new year. But look, Shawnee, before we let you go, my man, where can people find you and what's your score prediction, brother?
So yeah, you can find me at you can find me on your channel. You can find me here on We Are Tottenham TV in the studio in a couple of weeks once the family gets better, and you can find me on Tottenham Tantrum Gold, but also my own channel at Spurs Talk Show on Twitter, Spurs Talk Show, all one word, on YouTube. I'm just getting started. I've got like 80 subscribers, so anyone who wants to find out a little bit about financial side of football and the commentary stuff I love doing, you can find those sort of clips over there. But yeah, you'll find me more on other channels. I'm a bit of a kind of community whore, and that's fine by me.
Yeah.
And the scoreline prediction, I fancy, in honor of Bob Spur, I had to figure it out. You can get 20-1 today, a wonderful price on 4-1 Tottenham. So I'm going to go and put myself a little cheeky fiver on 4-1 to Tottenham, and yeah, 20-1. Let's get myself a little 100 notes in the back pocket, ready to pay for the booze for the rest of the week.
Absolutely love it. So Shawnee's going with 4-1. Shawnee, can I press you for maybe some goal scorers quickly?
Yeah, no, well, you can indeed. I think Sonny's going to get a goal today. I like the idea of the Harry Kane, your man, getting a couple. I think we're gonna. I do think Dennis is going to score. I actually got a little bit of a feeling that Josh King. I fancy him on the left. I think he might have a little bit of success against Emerson. I'm a little bit worried there, but I think that Dennis will score for Watford. I think that Sonny will score first for Tottenham. Then Dennis will equalise, and then we'll go on and score 3 more, and that will be Kane brace, which you can get. I think it was 10-1 on from memory, and then I think maybe someone like Eric Dyer will score in the 90th minute with a beautiful header to wrap the game up 4-1.
Well, there you have it, guys. So Shawnee's gone 4-1. Honestly, he has. Do you know what? Let us know in the chat. Do you think Sean has got delusional enough with 4-1? Should he be 6-1 here? We're not too sure. But Shawnee, my man, absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for giving up your time to come on. Happy New Year. Come on, you Spurs, and I'll see you soon. Actually, before we do let you go, though, quickly, I know your man's not very well. I know it's probably wrong to do. But, I mean, if we can get Daigle to do it when, you know what I mean, and risk his marriage to scream, come on, you Spurs, at so early in the morning. I mean, surely we can get you to give us a loud, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs!
Do you know what? Absolutely love it. And as well, you probably get a knock on your door now in a minute, because you were telling us before about your neighbours. You know, your neighbours are a bit of fun sponges, noise police is what we call them, you know, knocking on the door. But absolutely love it. It's a great alarm clock. I actually may get that recorded and have it as my alarm clock every morning. But big up, Shawnee. I'll see you soon, my man.
Cheers, Dave. Cheers, guys. Happy New Year to everybody.
Absolute brilliant. Honestly, the whole neighborhood would be down at his door now there with pitchforks going mad. Brilliant. Love it. See the passion, the loudness in it. Come on, you Spurs. You know the guy loves Tottenham when he reaches decibels to that level. I mean, honestly, Mozart hasn't got a thing on him. But look, let's move on. Let's bring on the next guest. Let's bring on KVP.
Hello.
KVP, how are you keeping, my man?
I'm good.
You loving life?
Yeah, I am.
Happy New Year to you, my man.
Happy New Year.
Oh, I'm loving it. But come here, look, we'll get straight into it, KVP, so we will. You seen the starting lineup? With Skip and Højbjerg in the midfield. Lucas is back in. Are you surprised that Winks is left out on the bench?
Yeah.
Are you surprised Winks is on the bench?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I thought Conte was going to start him. And because he had a brilliant game against Liverpool, he had Salah in his back pocket. Yeah.
No, he did. He did, to be fair.
Yeah. And Session had Salah in his pocket. So that's where his family can find him. If Salah's family don't know where he is, they can find him in Session's back pocket. And Liverpool fans can cry all they want. They can cry all they want. Give you a break. You got done over today, and you can't beat us. So, yeah, Kane did not get sent off, but Robertson did deserve to get sent off for injuring Emerson Royal. Like, what was that all about?
Yeah.
What was that?
Petulance. I mean, look, Andy Robertson's giving it all this. He's acting like a West Ham fan, you know, when he scored. But when he got sent off, I was doing the same thing. I was sitting there, I was like, where's Robertson? You know, I mean, absolute buffoon. What an absolute idiot. Absolute idiot. But look, we're playing Watford today, my man. So we are. You know, do you expect Harry Kane to be in the goals again today along with Sonny?
Yeah, I do. Like, I think they love scoring against Watford. They do. They love a goal against Watford. Son loves a goal against Watford, like that back heel he done in 2015 when he made his debut for Tottenham. He scored a back heel goal. Why not do it again? Do another back heel goal against Watford. I'll be happy if he does that. Then Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
William Kelly has a super chat in here, Kyle, so you can help me answer this. Big up, William. I hope you're keeping well. He says, Davey, exactly no signings in January. What happens then? What will us Spurs fans do? What will Levy's child do? I'll be getting out my Levy voodoo dog. Absolutely love it. Kyle, do you expect to be making any signings this transfer window? Just answer William Kelly.
Yes, I do. I want, like, we need some new players. Like, I know got the squad we've got, but I want Vlahovic. Like, I think Vlahovic would be great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's talks of him coming, and I believe there's talks of Coutinho coming back to the Prem, but apparently the Scum is his preferred destination. But
Mm.
why do you want to join our North London rivals? Like, we were after him, what, last summer? Why
Yeah.
not? Why not get him? Like, and apparently there's been talks with Lo Celso and Klevzeski from Juventus, a swap deal. Peritici's offered. Like, I probably wouldn't mind that happening. Like, I know Lo Celso, it hasn't worked out for him, but he only scored one Premier League goal, and that came against City last season.
Mm.
Yeah, so I know it hasn't worked out for him, but if that deal does go through, then good luck to him. But he was,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
yeah, good luck, Lo Celso.
But
But yeah, I want Vlahovic and Dybala apparently as well.
yeah,
Dybala would
look, we'll wait and see what they're bad. I mean, that's one that's thrown out every window, my man. So there's
yeah,
big up William Kelly. I really appreciate the support,
yeah,
brother. Everyone else,
big
feel
up
free to
yourself,
keep
yeah,
getting in the support. But
yeah,
Kyle,
yeah,
Sanchez, he's been playing well enough. He still has a bit of an odd mistake in him or two. But with Romero being featured back in training, do you think we'll see Davinson Sanchez take his game to a new level? The reason why I single out Davinson Sanchez is because, you know, Conte's already revealed where he sees each kind of defender playing across the back three. And Romero and Sanchez are fighting out for that right-hand side beside Dyer.
yeah,
You know, do you think you see Sanchez improve his game now even to a new level now that Romero's back in training?
yeah, I think so, yeah. Like, yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, Sanchez, he's been playing quite well recently. I
Mm,
know he does have mistakes in him, but like, I, like when he scored against Norwich, I don't know why he was not celebrated. Maybe it's because he's been getting this hate and abuse. Like, I
yeah.
don't know why, but it's the same with Bergwijn last season when he missed them misses against Liverpool. Like, he had to disable his comments. Like, I don't know what is with our own fans abusing our own players. Like, if if you're going to continue abusing our own players, then go support someone else. Like, but this
Some of
needs
them
to
do
stop.
deserve it, though. Some of them do deserve it with some of the performances I've seen from them over the
Yeah,
last few years, though.
yeah, like they probably deserve it, but
Like on their
yeah,
footballing abilities, I mean, on their football abilities, everything outside of that just not deserve
yeah,
that whatsoever, you know?
yeah, yeah, but hopefully Sanchez can maybe put in a good shift today, maybe man of match like he has been recently. But yeah, I'm going for one Kane double, Son double, and hopefully they get 2 assists each, like they've been doing last season and this season. So 2 goals each and 2 assists each, and Dennis the Menace to score, and maybe one of the Watford players to get sent off, like Musa's the slow coach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be nice. That'd
yeah,
be nice, wouldn't it? But look,
yeah.
Kyle, you look like a man that likes to sing. So, you know, give us a quick Spurs song before we let you go, my man.
Okay. Nice one, Sonny. Nice one, son. Nice one, Sonny. Let's have another one. Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it, Kyle.
yeah.
Absolutely love it. Anything else you want to say before we let you go? Oh, no, big up KVP. Absolutely brilliant. He is. I love speaking to the guy. He cracks me up, the guy does as well. And look, I knew he loved the sing song. He was dying to get one out, and I love it. But look, I believe we do have another guest waiting to come on, and it is Daigle. Let's have him on. Daigle, my man. I was expecting to see you down the bottom. You just popped out of nowhere, my man. It's absolutely brilliant. It's like the magic that Conte is bringing to the table. But Daigle, how are you, brother?
I am very, very good, David. First of all, very, very happy New Year to you, my brother, and to your family, as well as all to the Harris Army and obviously the We Are Tottenham TV family. How are you, sir?
As good as can be. You know, I did have a few drinks last night, Brian, but I am as good as can be today. I'm still here. I've still got my voice. I'm still happy. So that's the main thing, Brian, isn't it? You know,
100%, brother. 100%.
But look, you know, on today's game, Brian, Højbjerg is back or Skip is in today instead of Harry Winks. For me, I think actually credit where credit's due is probably one of our better players against Southampton. Are you surprised he's maybe made this change?
So when we did the predicted lineup yesterday, we were saying pretty much we went for the team that started Palace, which is obviously the team that's starting now. But the one position we were like umming and ahhing about was Winks for Højbjerg. That was the one. And as you know, you and me have been very, very vocal about certain players that we think have passed their sell-by date, and Winks has been one of them. But the last two games, he's literally, like Southampton and Liverpool, he's put man of the match performances in. And you've got to give credit where credit's due. And I am a little bit surprised. But you know what? You've got Chelsea on where we've got games coming thick and fast. So you've got to remember, it's right now, until we get any players in, I say, we've got to rotate this squad as and when. And isn't it how amazing is it that it's the 1st of January 2022, David, and you and me are like disappointed that Winks isn't in the squad, in the starting lineup?
Honestly, you know, I was just thinking there the other day, like when Bob does come out of hospital, he's not going to know what's going on. He's such a turnaround. Winks is in midfield. You know, I mean, he's not going to know what's going on. But quickly, how is Bob, Brian?
So, right, I can give you a little update now, and for the people watching, I will do it again. So, I did an update. I don't know if the people saw it on We Are Tottenham TV yesterday. He's back highly dependent on oxygen. They are having to do tests. We were waiting to hear from a doctor yesterday, and the doctor kept saying they'll get in touch, and they never did, and they phoned to apologise and say they'll be in touch with us today. So we're waiting to have some actual official updates. So at the moment, the news is he it's been a step backwards. He's not well at all. He's highly dependent on the oxygen, and we're waiting for the test. And the only time his oxygen levels seem to go down is when they put him on his stomach, which they call proning him. So it relieves the pressure off his back on his lungs. But yeah, we're hoping to hear something today. And as always, we'll keep everyone posted. But yeah, at the moment, we're hoping for some positivity. And like you said, though, mate, like you said, I mean, there's two things to say. Like you said, first of all, he's not going to know what is going on when he wakes up. And the second thing, and I've been saying it to Kim and Tammy, I need to be there when he wakes up and when he turns his phone on, because it's just going to go ping, 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 ping. It's going to be like when Ronaldo or someone does a live stream on Instagram or something. I think his phone's going to explode.
Goals right now, Brian.
Oh, mate, and mate, I tell you what, and I've been saying as well, because you mentioned the man, so let's talk about the man. Harry Kane, like you know, David, you and me have had many a conversation on camera and off camera about this man. And I was lucky to go to the Palace game. I was going to go to Southampton, but wasn't feeling too well myself. His attitude, remember I used to say to you, his attitude, his body language, his desire, his commitment, that what seemed to be missing, it's back in full force. And nothing summed it up more than that goal that should have stood against Southampton. The way that guy finished that goal was simply outstanding. Absolutely world class.
Yeah. No, he's back. He's back in business. Big H is back. And I don't know if you've seen his hair today, Brian, but I'm telling you, it's hat-trick quality, honestly. Wait until you see it walk.
Well, David, you are Vidal Sassoon when it comes to the haircut knowledge, so I'll take your word on it, brother. But you got to remember, a couple of years ago, or it might have been 3 or 4 now, we played Watford at New Year's Day. We beat them 4-1. Kane got 2, Denny got 2. I'm sure Sam, who is in the back end wearing his Watford shirt, remembers that game very, very well. Sam is a Watford fan, mate, so get ready for interactivity during the game.
the boys kept that quiet because they know I'll be on them like hot rocks. Honestly, I can't wait to smash Watford today. Half the names, you swear they're like porn star names on Pornhub or something. It's ridiculous with some of the names on there.
Oh, mate, David, honestly, I was going through the away team lineup with Sam. I knew 4 players. Like, I could say I actually physically know who 4 of that 11 are.
Honestly, there's not enough time for Sam to give you the lowdown before the watch round says that. Honestly, Golden Boys, they're an absolute disgrace nickname themselves, the Golden Boys. That's honestly, it's not April Fool's. It's a joke. But look, Daigle, one thing I do want to ask you: are you surprised there's no signings yet? I mean, it's on New Year's Day, Brian. The market's open, no signings yet.
It's open. Newcastle are flexing their muscles. Everton have signed 1. Celtic signed 3 people yesterday. It's just like, you know what, mate? Here we go. It's like I was actually looking forward to having Sean here today because I think it might have been quite good banter. Every 15 minutes, I'd have been like, have we signed someone yet? Have we signed someone yet? Listen, I've given Daniel Levy the deadline of the 13th of January, which was the day that I was meant to fly. I don't know if you know, David. I've actually extended my tickets to the 23rd due to Bob still being... So if we haven't signed anyone by the 13th, keep an eye on Sky Sports News for the 14th because there will be a mad guy from Tottenham on tour outside the training ground daily. Whether it's by myself or not, but he's got till the 13th of January to sign someone, and I don't mean a third-rate player.
No, I agree. Look, I don't want any loan signings. I don't want any stopgaps. I want a player that is either young, I mean 21, 22, that is already playing first-team football in the team, or else I want the real deal. It's that simple. That's what
Man City have scored. Manchester City have scored. How long left to go, Sam?
3 minutes.
3 minutes to go. Just come on. Same old Arsenal.
Always losing.
Yep.
Oh, what's that song? Arsenal get battered everywhere they go.
I was going to say, when I was just a little boy, my mama gave me a little toy, an Arsenal fan on a string. She told me to kick his head in. It's not past the watershed yet, so I won't say that bit. But Arsenal always there, giving it the mouth, and then they come up against serious opposition, and whoopsie.
Oh no, I'm absolutely delighted. I'm sick of them walking around giving it the big one all the time. They only open them out when they're ahead of us. When they're below us, they just sit there and be quiet. I mean, I'm fed up with them, to be honest with you. I really am. But Brian, another player I do want to touch on is maybe Son. Look, for me, he's still scoring goals. He's still involved in a lot of the general play, but his touch has been off the last few weeks, in my opinion. What's your thoughts?
I'm completely with you on this. Listen, if this had been a Ben Davies, a Harry Winks or whatever, we would have been on his case. We would have been on his case going, oh my God, look at that. And do you know what? Son has earned that. He's got a load of credit in the bank. He has a load of credit in the bank. But his first touch has just been, and his decision making, I've always said one of his things is that he goes for a period where he should pass when he should shoot and shoot when he should pass. And and you've seen the first touches as well when he's tried to go around the keeper. There's been occasions where normally you're walking back to the halfway line because it's in the back of the net. Yeah. But he always gives everything. But this is the thing. This is why we need signing ins, because this is a time where you can't keep playing Son Kane, and expect man of the match 10 out of 10 performances week in, week out. I've said this on your show many a time, David. He's overplayed and undervalued. And when I say undervalued, I don't mean contractually and payment-wise. I mean just by you're fit, son, you play. We think he's a machine, not a human. And it has been a little bit wonky, and he does deserve a little bit of flack from that. But like we said, it's human, son, and he could come up today and score a blinding hat-trick, and it's like, oh, there he is.
No, spot on. Absolutely spot on. But what I will say is, look, we've seen some go through these periods before, but not with really contributing towards goals. But he's scoring through it now, which is a huge plus. And maybe that is Sonny maybe coming to age, taking his game to a new level. That even when maybe his touch is off, he's still getting into positions to put the ball in the back of the net lately, which is a massive plus. Another player, Brian, that kind of seems to spark a bit of controversy is Emerson. What's your thoughts on Emerson?
Emerson, so do you know what? I was at the Palace game. The one thing, like the two criticism I had on him is when he first came, every time he got touched, he went round like Neymar, like, oh my God, and let's roll over 5,800 times. And also his final ball and his crossing needs a hell of a lot of work. But then on Boxing Day, what I found is obviously he set up Lucas Moura's goal. He had a part in the first goal as well. He seemed to be, rather than looking for the man in the Crystal Palace game, like what he's trying to been doing before, looking up and he's putting it into an area. And that's what you want. You know, when you hear Sky commentators or BT or anyone go, that's a brilliant ball into that area, they need an attacker to just attack it. He seemed to be doing that against Palace. So do you know what? When you look at him as well, he's 22 years old. He is a unit, and he's learning. I've got every confidence under Conte he will become the player he needs to be. He just needs to work on a couple of things. But he's 22, learning a whole new culture, a whole new league. He came in and obviously he had a Portuguese-speaking fluent manager in Nuno. Then he had, here's Conte. But he seems to be settling in. I've got full confidence in him, but I can see where people are saying, I'm not too sure about him.
Yeah. No, absolutely spot on. No, yeah. Do you know what? For me, I just think, personally, I think we need to sit back and bide our time with this guy. I think, look, give him time to settle in. I do think he'll become good. And look, for me, he was brought in to maybe alleviate the mistakes down that right-hand side. Yes, he's been caught a couple of times, maybe once or twice, where it has led to a goal. But at the end of the day, he has alleviated mistakes down that side that Aurier and Doherty were making. No matter who was in there, you were getting a mistake. So on that regard, I think it is improvement in that position. But I agree. I would like to see more improvement going forward. I'd like to see some better balls into the box. And he's capable. Because at one stage against, was it? I don't think it was the game Boxing Day. Wasn't Southampton against Palace. In the second half, he put in a beautiful ball across the 6-yard box. Just nobody was there to tap it in. So there is glimpses there that shows me he is capable. That was just about seeing it on a more consistent basis, I think.
100%. I mean, like I said, I was at the Palace game with Simeon, and that team that's going out there today, 1-11, played superb. And you would want to think, going away to Watford, we need to get this monkey of an away win off our back. Watford are very, very hit and miss at the moment. They either batter teams like 5-2 or 4-1 with Everton and United, or they get spanked. Let's just hope they get the latter today. But this should be a game we should really, really dominate. And hopefully it'll be the first walloping we give someone under Conte.
Brian, is there a kettle in the background? I can see steam coming across the screen from Sam.
Yeah.
Honestly, he must be raging. He must be raging having to sit there and listen to us this Watford.
Well, Sam is a top dude. I love Sam to bits. I spent a lot of time with him when I was here last time. We have good banter. And when we were speaking before, he was like, do you know what? Right now, a draw is the best we can hope for. Listen, the one thing we've got to do, and our defence has been great, is don't underestimate how great Dennis is. Do not I would take him in a heartbeat right now. Right now, I would take him. He has been sensational, and it's just a shame, or for Sam, it's a shame that the rest of the team aren't to his standard. And obviously, having Sarr out is huge for them. So Dennis has got a lot. He's carrying the whole team on his back.
No, he definitely does. Look, I like the looks of him, but again, do you know what I mean? To me, I want to give him another season before, like if we were to make a move on the guy, unless he hits 20 this season, I mean, sign him up. But I've seen players come in before, kind of hit the ground running and then go missing. What one springs to mind? Your man Miku from Swansea.
Oh, Miku! Oh my God, he was superb. Bloody hell, that's a blast from the past.
And then couldn't buy a goal after a while, True. So for me. I really like him. I do like him, but I give him another season maybe, or another half season before Spurs make a move. But Brian, I do quickly want to talk to you about the away form before I do let you go. Is look, we've only won 6 of our past 22 away league matches, including just one of our last 6. And before the Southampton game, we failed to score in the last 3 before that. What is the problem, Brian? Is it mentality? Is it quality? And how do we fix it?
Okay, so we've got to look. Apart from Everton and Southampton, I think all of Conte's games have been at home because of the COVID and whatever. you look under Poch, we went a year without winning away, and that was the start of obviously the papering over the cracks with the Champions League run. Then we had the whole Mourinho situation where we started off away banging, and then obviously whatever happened within the dressing room, as you said, we had weak mentalities and people that thought that, oh, we don't like this manager, let's just play up, we'll get them out. Well, funnily enough, my friends, you've now got a manager where you try and do that, I think you'll find you're going to be on the way out, not him. So it's Conte. It's the Conte effect. You look at it. I mean, I was talking with Simeon yesterday. Apparently, we're third in the league for home and 13th for away. Yeah. Now, if we want to mount this, I mean, I still think we might come a little bit short. We'll see at the end of January for a Champions League spot. But look, the other teams are making it approachable and easy for us. But Conte will get this up and running. Conte will sort this. What I've loved about him is, like we saw at Palace, he makes substitution. I love seeing him make substitutions first. He's thinking about games ahead. He's thinking about what we can do. We're not always playing the same formation, whether it be 3-5-2, 3-4-3. He's always changes. We're not as predictable, I'd say, away as what we have been with other managers, which are right, we're playing this formation, we're playing this formation, we're playing this formation. So hopefully that will have a positive impact. But we seem to have had an away jinx for quite a while, haven't we?
Yeah. No, we have. And, you know, I do think mentality comes into it a little as well, where, you know, you have to enjoy playing away. You have to enjoy the hate from the opposition fans. You know, you have to enjoy winding them up. You know, do it with a smile on your face. I don't see that when we go away. I see a bit of nervousness, you know, a bit sloppy on the ball, cagey, if you like. I mean, just grab your bollocks, walk out there and enjoy it. Laugh at the opposition fans, scream at them, pull the players' hair, do what you need to do. Just enjoy the game, you know. And as well, of course, on top of what you said, Dig. But look, my man, before we let you go, because I know you'd like appreciate a cigarette before the watch along.
Cigarette. I've got 2 double cheeseburgers to munch down. So.
Oh, you're making me jealous, man. I'm hungover. I could do it now.
So we got that. Then I'll be having a cigarette. But yeah, what was you going to ask, David, brother?
Score prediction, my man.
Mate, I've been saying it. I think I've said it on your show before. Until my best mate Bob Spur is up and able to come on camera, every single game, in honour of Bob, 4-1 Tottenham.
Come on. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Well, Brian, look, my man, you go and enjoy them cheeseburgers. Honestly, I could nearly smell them at this stage. So go and enjoy them, my man. And enjoy the watch along, brother.
I will do, brother. I will do. And now, do you know what, mate? I can give you a loud come on, you Spurs, without waking a mother-in-law or a wife up. So,
man, you know, blow the studio down. Let's have
it. I've got the microphone as well. I've got the setup. So let me clear my throat.
Love that song.
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Reaching the decibels. Before the next one, we promise we'll get Brian to do the warm-up of the vocals, the Do Re Mi So on screen before he screams. But Daigle, honestly, you know, this has been absolutely great crack. We are Tottenham TV should giving us the Daigle and Dave hour. That's what they should be giving us. But Brian, obviously, go and enjoy them cheeseburgers. There's nothing more disappointing than a cold cheeseburger, so go and have them, my man.
No worries. David, listen, love you, brother, and hopefully I'll come on your channel very, very soon, and we'll get you on Tottenham on tour again very, very shortly. But love to everyone in the chat. Come and join us on the watch long. You've got me as your host. It's going to be a little bit less structured, I would imagine, than the kingpins of Ben and Simeon. But we shall see. But yeah, have a great one, David. Love ya. Love Harris Army. Love We Are Tottenham TV. Let's get these boys to 100k whilst I'm on air, because I've promised that if we get to 100k whilst I'm on air, there may be a crazy bet coming up that we'll put to a vote. So I open my mouth on our channel, so as I normally do. So let's do this. Let's get them to 100k. And David, I'm sure I'll see you on the after show afterwards.
I'll be there. I will be there. So I'll see you then.
All right then, brother. See you later on.
See you, Daigle.
Peace out,
see you, man. Well, there you have it, guys. Another pre-match pump up, the first one of the year. Hope people enjoyed it. Make sure you do smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Like Brian said, the hunt for 100k is on. Less than 300 away. Surely we can get it done today. We have this show, the watch along, and the post-match fan show. Stay tuned right throughout the day. I've absolutely had a ball. Happy New Year to the We Are Tottenham TV army. Look, my score prediction before I end off. I'm going to go Tottenham. I'm going to go Tottenham 5-0. I honestly, truly, I'm not doing it just to be deluded. I truly believe we'll put Watford to the sword today. I really do. I looked at Harry Kane's hair. I mean, it's hat-trick worthy. And I think, son, he loves goals against Watford as well. So I'm pretty sure he'll chip in with 1 or 2 today. But if you've liked what I've had to say, get over to the Irish Hotspur, smash the subscribe button. But make sure you stay tuned here for the watch along, standing in a few minutes' time once Brian Daigle has wolfed down them cheeseburgers. Look, let's go into the Hornets' nest day. Let's sting them. The Golden Boys, as they like to call themselves. Well, I mean, we'll be walking out the Golden Boys. We'll take that nickname along with everything else we're going to take along this journey of the Premier League. As always, come on, you Spurs. In Conte we trust. Let's fucking stuff them today.